Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Franchise Hockey Manager 8 with the Buffalo Sabres. It's playoff time, and we are the best team in the NHL. 113 points, 3 points clear of the Avalanche, 55, 24, and 3. Jacob Vrana led the NHL in scoring. Not even in the top, not even a finalist for the MVP for the Hart Trophy. Led the league in scoring, second in goals, and fifth in assists. He had just had a great season. All this done, remember, all of this has been done without Jack Eichel, who we lost 22 games into the season. So doing this captainless, I guess. We get Victor Hedman back for the postseason right out of the Tampa Bay Lightning playbook. He's been injured for most of the season. We get him back as the playoffs start, so we have to figure out what to do with our... I think the obvious answer is to send Cameron Allen. No, I can't. I got to loan him. I don't want to loan him. And I don't think either of these guys can be sent down. I don't think Kovanov or Foote can be sent down because they were both waiver wire claims. So I guess that means Allen does get sent to the Guelph Storm. So our lineup is set, and we are about ready to go. Yeah, we're about ready to go. I don't even remember who. I think we're playing the Rangers. Is that right? I think we're playing the New York Rangers. Or was that last year? I can't remember. It's all starting to blend together for me. And Tampa Bay, while we're waiting for this to load up, I just wanted to thank you guys. I don't know if you saw my tweet the other day, but 10,000 hours watched. We're up to almost 430 subscribers, which is huge. So I just wanted to thank you guys for the support in 2021 and continued support in 2022, hopefully. So, all right, so we're taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning here in the postseason. So let's get to it. Game number 1 at home versus Tampa is a 6-3 victory. So we get 2 goals and an assist from Vrana, a couple of assists from Middlestat, a couple of assists from Cousins, Hedman, and Kisakov in the first period. So Victor Hedman off the injured list, playing for the first time in 3 months, scores a goal 81 seconds into the first period. Tampa would then take the lead. Studnicka, Kucherov, and Kachuk in the second. So we'd go up 3-2 after 2, but then we scored 4 goals in the third. Kubalik, Vrana, Tuck, and Vrana again. Luukkonen stops 30 of 33. Good enough for the victory and a 1-0 lead, and Owen Power is hurt. Because of course he is. He's got a stomach virus. All right, so we replace it with Clefbaum, and we continue. So this likely will just be the postseason, and we'll see what happens. Because I want to be able to do the season in review since I flaked out on that last year. So let's get through game 2 at home versus Tampa. Is another 6-3 win. So 6 goals in back-to-back games. If you remember correctly, our offense was just a truck this year. We scored over 4 goals a game. So 2-2 after 1 here. Cousins and Vrana, and then Cousins and Klingberg in the second. And then Malkin and Tuck in the third. We suffered another injury. Mason Shaw out for 2 to 3 weeks. That's a bummer. We will replace him with Kovanov. Make sure the lines are set the way we want them. We're going to move Nemestikov up to the third line. Look at these lines, man. Marchand, Malkin, and Vrana is our top forward line. Because remember, we're also without Olofsson. We're without two of our top 3 forwards. Olofsson 51 points in 52 games, and Eichel 25 and 22, and we're still getting it done. So, makeshift first line of Brad Marchand, Jacob Vrana, and Evgeny Malkin. All right, game 3 now at Tampa. It's a 3-2 win, and I am recording. So we are up 3-0 over the Lightning. Quinn 2 assists. Middlestat with a goal. They were up 1-0. First off would score. Kucherov would give them a 2-1 lead going into the third. Middlestat and Nemestikov in the third. Luukkonen stops 33 of 35, and we are one game away from the sweep. Here we go. Now we don't get it. We lose 4-3 in overtime. Stamkos, 2 goals and an assist. Kubalik, 2 goals and an assist. Former Buffalo Sabre Jack Studnicka with a goal and 2 assists. We get Kubalik with a couple of goals. Oh, and Dahlin scored in the first. So we were actually winning after 1. All right. So we're up 3-1 on Tampa. Game 5 back in Buffalo. Owen Power not back in the lineup yet. All right. We'll sim today. Game 5 is another loss. Okay. So game 6 is going to go to, it's perfect timing as Oscar Klefbom gets hurt. Replace with, and this is what I was afraid of because now I can't, what do I have defensively in Rochester just in case? Jesus, not much. Ryan Johnson, maybe? Yeah, I mean, he's the next option if somebody gets hurt. So hopefully we can get through this without any further injuries to our defense. All right, let's see if we can close it out in Tampa. So we had a 3-0 lead. We've lost the last 2. Tampa forcing a game 6. And this is taking forever. Why is this? Oh, because it's switching into May. That's why. We're going to have to do the Hall of Fame voting. Development report. Kovanov gets better. Power gets better. Poltapov. Klingberg, Lankin, and Marchand, Tuck, Vrana. Oh, Vrana getting worse. That's not ideal. Okay. Game 6 now in Tampa. Can we close this one out? We're going to 7. Wow. So we had a 3-0 lead, and we're really dominating Tampa. But they've come back and won the next 3. So are we going to lose in 7 games? I sure hope not. Hall of Fame. Who are we voting for? Sedin, Larmer, Eliash, Bobby Smith, Dougie Waite, Duchesne, Kovalev, Pronger, Bellows. Chris Pronger is going to get my Hall of Fame vote this year. Game 7. Oh, and this is, see, this... Game doesn't want me to repeat. All right, so Ryan Johnson, come on up. This is where having Allen would have been a huge help, but I was out of roster spots, and so Anderson will come out, and Johnson will come in. He's on the third pairing with Samuelson. That's fine. Well, that sucks. All right, let's see what happens in Game 7 here. Do we win? Do we lose? Oof, we win 4-3. Wow. 4-3. Quinn gets us on the board. Case McCarthy would tie it. Alex Tuck would give us the lead. Studnicka with his 6th goal of the series to tie it at 2. Going into the third, Middlestat and Quinn would give us a 4-2 lead. Stamkos scored with 30 seconds left, but it wasn't enough. Luukkonen stops 41 out of 44, and we get the win. If we look at our stats for that playoff series, Kubalik led us with 10. Cousins, Quinn, Middlestat all at 8. Nemestikov with 6. Vrana, Klingberg with 5. Tuck, Malkin, Dahlin with 4. First off with 3. Samuelson 2. Hedman scored. It was a -10 in 7 games. Holy crap. Okay. Kissick, so what do we have to do there? I don't know. I mean, it makes sense to leave it the way it is. Marchand, however, on the top line may not work. He only scored 1 goal in 7 games. So what do we want to do there on the top line? I'd like to leave the second line the way it is. So maybe we do this. Quinn can play both sides. Yeah, I think we're going to do this. Kubalik, Malkin, and Vrana on that top line. Speedy forward, sniper. Yeah, I like that. We'll go with that. So who are we going to be playing in the second round? Ottawa and Philadelphia both win. So we're taking on the Ottawa Senators in the second round of the playoffs. Let's take a look at Ottawa really quickly. Ooh, they got a good goalie there. Mads Sjugard, 4.5-star goaltender. They were led by Drake Batherson. Wow, 84 points for Batherson. Stützle with 61, 32 goals. Brady Tkachuk, only 18 goals in 56 games. Brandstrom, 52. Josh Norris, 46. Just John Carlson. Yeah, John Carlson, 40 points in 45 games. Robbie Harvey, 17 goals. Tyson Yost, Braden Burke, Andreas Athanasiou, Ryan Graves, Cody Clark. Okay. I mean, their offense obviously isn't nearly as good as ours, but nobody's is. They've got Sjugard and Coronar as their goalies, so we'll be seeing Mods most of the season, I believe. And they were 49, 28, and 5. Good for 103 points. Let's end the day. See how game 1 goes. It is a 6-4 Sabres victory. We take a 1-0 series lead. Stützle had a hat trick, but Kubalik, there we go. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Kubalik from Malkin and Vrana. Vrana scored unassisted. They would get within a goal. Ryan Johnson, we stick him in the lineup. He scores a goal. And Samuelson, wow. And Kisakov, and then Malkin. All right. He's got to do a better job on Stützle, but otherwise it is fine. 6-4 win in game 1. Game number 2 is a 3-2 loss. So Ottawa takes home ice advantage as they beat the Sabres 3-2. And Vrana's hurt. God damn it. Vrana and Dahlin, Yost, Tkachuk, and Batherson for them. Let's just get up to the next game. See how long he's out for. So Rasmus Anderson is back, so we can get him in the lineup for Johnson. And then Vrana is out for how long? He's day-to-day with quadriceps soreness. Really? Okay. So we're going to place him with foot. These guys play with collapsed lungs in the postseason, and I'm supposed to believe that quad soreness is going to keep him out of the lineup? Okay. All right, so we're going to move Quinn up to the first line, first off up to the third line, put Foot on the fourth line, and we will play Game 3 without our leading scorer. And it's a 6-5 win in overtime. So we retake home ice advantage. They take a 2-0 lead. Batherson and Tkachuk. Cousins would score. They'd go up 3-1. Then first off and Nemestikov would tie it. Carlson would re-give them the lead. Rasmus Anderson would tie it a minute later, and we would score Alexander Kovanov from Kisakov and Dahlin 4.5 minutes into overtime. Luukkonen stops 25 out of 30. Coronar stops 51 shots and gets the loss. So we're up 2-1 now. Game 4 at Ottawa is a 4-2 win. So we are 1 game away again. Still nobody back from injury. Batherson would get on the board first. Middlestat and Nemestikov would score to give us a 2-1 lead after 1. Cousins from Middlestat in the second. Batherson would score again. And then in the third, Kisakov on the empty net from Dahlin. Luukkonen stops 36 out of 38, and we are 1. And now Nemestikov is hurt. All right. Send him to Rochester. And who? We don't have anybody. Like, none of these players are signed except for Lajoie. This is ridiculous. All right, Lajoie it is. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Lajoie is a defenseman. Do I have any forwards that I can call up? I don't think any of these players are under contract. No, we can call up Brett Murray. And stick him in the lineup, I suppose. Because we don't have any other choice. All right. So what do we do with our lineup now? Our second line has remained relatively unscathed. I think we just do this. Who's our second line? Middlestat? Yeah. And Kubalik. Oof. Can Tuck play the right side? He can. So we'll do this. Marchand, Middlestat, and Tuck on the second power play line. And Kubalik, Kovanov, and Quinn on the first. And we'll see how that goes. All right. Now we got Game 5 coming up. Looking to take the series. See if we can do this. Get out of this series quickly and try to recover a little bit. Game 5 is, we have blown out. 6-2 loss. And now Hedman's hurt again. Number of injuries is just ridiculous. So Carolina wins, Edmonton wins, Winnipeg. So we can dress Vrana now, which is a good thing. Get him out there for Murray. Replace with him. Vrana out there. We will send Murray away. Go back down to Rochester. Call up Johnson. Number of injuries we are suffering here in this is not only catastrophic, but unrealistic, especially in the postseason. A player isn't going to sit out with a bruised calf in the postseason. There's got to be a way to change the length of injuries in the postseason. There has to be. It doesn't make any sense. All right, we got to get Vrana back out there on the top line. Quinn is not a center. Is Kisakov a center? Where is he? Yes, he is. All right, so we'll do that. Go back to the power play. Make sure Vrana is on that top line. All right. All right, let's try to get through this. Let's try to win this in 6. I don't want to go to 7. So Mason Shaw's almost ready. He still needs to be held out of the lineup, though. All right, let's see how Game 6 goes. Game 6 in Ottawa is a 5-2 win. All right, let's go. So Nemestikov is getting closer to returning. Let's get to our next game. And we should look at the stats for that. Let's look at our schedule. 5-2 win. Kubalik, 2 goals and an assist. Malkin, a goal and an assist. So they get on the board first. Another former Sabre, Alex Barré-Boulet. Middlestat scores his 5th. Kubalik and Quinn give us a 3-1 lead after 1. Malkin scores in the 2nd, and Kubalik in the 3rd. So if we look at our stats through 2 playoff series, Dominic Kubalik, 15 points in 13 games. Middlestat, 13 and 13. Vrana has 11 and 10. Cousins and Malkin each with 11. Quinn and Dahlin each with 10. Tuck, 9. Nemestikov, 8. Klingberg has 8 and is a plus 14. Kisakov and Firstov with 6, along with Kovanov. Kisakov first off and Kovanov. It sounds like a line out of the 1980 Olympic team. Samuelson with 5, Marchand with 5, no goals yet. Hedman has 3 points and is a -11, so him being out of the lineup is probably not a bad thing. Rasmus Andersson with 2, Johnson, Shaw, Foote, Power with 1, and Luukkonen has gone 8-4-1 with a 3.37 goals against. That is crazy bad. All right, so Nemestikov is back, so we could put him in for Foote. Replace with Nemestikov. Get our lines reset. I want Nemestikov there and like that. I want Nemestikov all over my PK. He's a good two-way forward. All right, do I need to do anything else? Kubalik, Malkin, Vrana, Tuch, Middlestat, Cousins, Marchand, Nemestikov, Firstov, Quinn, Kovanov, Kisakov. Nope, we are getting ready to take on the Carolina Hurricanes in the Eastern Conference Finals. 42-32-5 for the Hurricanes. Svechnikov, not surprisingly, well, he and Sebastian Aho replays really, really well in FHM 8. He usually turns into a beast. 78 points in 82 games. You can see an 84 game rating. Svechnikov, 42 goals. Martin Nakash, 76 points in 82 games. Ryan Suzuki, 56. Vinny Trocheck, 52. Jacob Slavin with 50. Seth Jarvis with a pretty good year. Nito Ryder, Nathan Bastian, Ethan Bear, Dmitry Orlov. Teuvo Teravainen, that's not a good season. 19 points for him. So again, really, really good top line of Svechnikov, Aho, and Nakash, but I don't know if that's going to stand up against our offense. Beck Warm is their goalie, a 2-star, 1.5-star, 2-star, 26-year-old, 28-18 and 2 with a 2.77 and a 9.10. In the playoffs, however, 1.98 goals against and a 9.42. So he's getting it done between the pipes for the Hurricanes here in the postseason. But now they take on the Buffalo Sabres. Oh, wow. And we get lit up in Game 1. We lose 5-1. Teravainen, a goal and 2 assists. Warm stops 36. We get on the board first. And then Noah Gunler would score twice. Niederreiter, Teravainen, and Slavin. So we're in a 1-0 hole here in the Eastern Conference Finals. Hedman is ready. So we will get Hedman out there for Johnson. And move on. Game number 2. Let's see how this one goes. Can we get back into this? We lose 4-3. So we are down 2-0. Mason Shaw's champing at the bit. We can get him back out there. That's a good thing. Who goes to the bench? Middlestat, Quinn, Kisakov, Malkin. First off, Cousins. Is it Kovanov? Hey, I think it's Kovanov. Replace with Shaw. Get back to our lines. Get Shaw back out there. And our offensive lines are healthy. So we need to... Really, we're, with the exception of Eichel and Olofsson, we're a healthy team now. Game 3. And we get back in this one. We do. We win 4-3 in overtime. So we're down 2-1. We need to win Game 4 as well. I don't want to go down 3-1. Malkin is hurt. God. All right. Shaw from first off and Marchand, Cousins from Tuch and Middlestat. They would tie it, Aho and Gunler, Quinn and Suzuki in the third, and then Mason Shaw would score in overtime. And now Malkin is out. All right, so Malkin is out. Replace him with Kovanov. But we're going to change the lines up. We're going to put Shaw on that top line. Nemestikov there. Shaw, Middlestat, Kubalik, Vrana. Yep, that all looks good. All right, so we're without our number one. We are without our number 1 center for Game 4 as we look to tie the series, and we do. We win 4-1. So We take home ice advantage back from the Hurricanes. We drop the first 2 games, win the next 2. Hedman with a goal and an assist. Nemestikov with a goal and an assist. Klingberg with a goal and an assist. Kubalik gets us on the board first. They tie it. Klingberg gives us the lead back in the second. And then Hedman and Nemestikov in the third. Luukkonen stops 25 of 26. So game 5 back in Buffalo is a 3-2 loss. So we're going to have to win the last 2 games of this series. Well, that's good for us. Martin Necas is out for 6 months. Svechnikov, a goal and an assist. Vrana and Niederreiter, same thing. Necas scores in the first. Vrana ties it. Niederreiter gives them the lead. Svechnikov scores to make it 3-1. First off gets us within a goal, but can't get us any closer. So we are, and Marchand is out. So literally, like, every single game, I've had somebody get hurt. Every single game. It's foot, I guess. We'll do that. See how game 6 goes in Carolina. Clefbaum's ready to return to the ice. Can we keep our season alive? We can. We put up a touchdown, 7-3. Malkin is ready, safe to dress him. Let's go ahead and do that. Get Foot out. Place with Malkin. Where is he? Right there. Back to our lines. Swap him out. Swap him out. Swap him out. And next year, Middlestat, Shaw, Nemestikov, Eichel as our 4 centers. That's really damn good. But that's a next year problem. We have a game to win tomorrow at home against the Hurricanes. So the home teams in this series are 0-6. We've lost all 3 games in Buffalo. They've lost all 3 games in Carolina. Game 7 to see who goes to the Stanley Cup final. It is the Buffalo Sabres will be returning to the Stanley Cup final for a second consecutive season. Shaw with a couple of goals, first off with 2 assists. Nemestikov, a goal and an assist. Shaw gets us on the board first from Quinn and first off. Vrana unassisted. Nemestikov from Kisakov and Tuck. 3-0 going into the third. Joey Keane for them. Then Shaw and Tuck put it out of reach. Slavin would score with about 5 minutes left. Luukkonen stops 25 out of 27, and we are going back to the Stanley Cup Championship. Take on the Connor McDavid in the Edmonton Oilers. So Kubalik still at a point a game, 10 goals, 10 assists, 20 points. Rana, 19 points in 17 games with an 82 game rating. Max Nemestikov, 15 points in 18 games, playing great. Quinn with 15, Middlestat with 15, Dahlin with 14 and is a plus 17. Cousins and Tuck each with 13, Malkin and first off with 12, Shaw with 11 in only 7 games, Klingberg with 11, Hedman with 8, Kovanov with 8, Kisakov and Marchand each with 7, Anderson 6, Samuelson 5, Power 5, and Luukkonen now 12-6-1 with a 3-1-6, and we're taking on the Edmonton Oilers. And goal for them is Olivier Rodriguez, 29-18 with a 2.62 and a 9.18 in the regular season. In the postseason, 12-6-1, 2.73, 9.02. Draisaitl, 29 points in 19 games. McDavid, 26 in 19 games. Puljujarvi, 16 and 18. Joakim Kamel with 13 and 19. Rupe Hintz, 13 and 19. Darnell Nurse. Nugent Hopkins. Bourgeau. Xavier Bourgeau with 10 and 19. Travis Sanheim on the bench, injured. Zach Hyman still trucking along. Same with Adam Lowry. He's got to be like 50. He's only 32. I feel like he's been playing forever, man. Evan Bouchard, Brady Shea. How'd they do in the regular season? 97 points for McDavid, 90 for Draisaitl. Joakim Kamel with 63. Puljujarvi, 49. Hintz, 49. All right. No, it looks like we have the better team. With the exception, obviously, McDavid is probably the best. Is not probably. He's the best player out there, but I think we have the better team. So let's see how this goes. Game 1 at home versus the Oilers is a 5-3 loss. We give up 4 in the first period. That ain't going to get it done. As it switches over to June, so we're going to have a bit of a delay here. Development report, Cousins first off, Johnson, Kisakov, Poltapov, Allen. We got to get him back on the team. Hedman and Marchand both get worse. That's fine. So they get Morin, Draisaitl has 2, Nugent Hopkins. For us, it's Klingberg, Kovanoff, and Quinn. All right. Now we're down 1-0. Switching over to June 2nd. Hall of Fame voting. Draft evaluation. Felix Anderson, a 17-year-old, is the top rated. I don't know about that. This guy looks pretty good. Michael Misa. All right, Hall of Fame voting. Who are we voting for? We are voting for the Beezer. We are voting for Pronger. We are voting for Ryan Miller. So underrated, especially and being the Sabres. I feel like we have to vote for Ryan Miller. And then I refuse to vote for either of the Sedin brothers. That's just the Bruins fan in me. We're going to vote for Dave Taylor. Very underrated defensive forward with the Kings back in the day. So there is our Hall of Fame vote. Game 2 today in Buffalo, and it is a 5-2 win. So we tie the series at 1. Klingberg 2 assists, first off 2 goals, Tuck with a goal, Kubalik. Then they take a 2-1 lead, Nelson and Nurse. We take it back, Tuck in first off, and then Middlestat and first off in the third. Game 3 in Edmonton. 4-1 win. We take a 2-1 series lead. Back-to-back solid games for your Sabres. Hedman's hurt again. That's fine. Klingberg gets us on the board first from Kisakov and Kovanoff. Vrana from Anderson and Kubalik. Kubalik from Dahlin and Malkin. Tuck would make it 4-0. Draisaitl would get a goal. And 37 out of 38 shots stopped by Luukkonen. What the hell? Okay. All right, well, let's put him on the injury list. Quinn is done as well, so let's replace him with Foot and then put him on the injury list. So Kovanoff is out and Tuck is out. Okay. I guess let's just get to the next game and make sure that it's not a one-day injury. You gotta be kidding me. Murray to Buffalo. And do we just have to offer a contract to somebody to... I mean, is that really the solution here? Yeah, because literally none of these players are on our... Okay. I guess Hugh McGing is going to get called up. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Kubalik, replace him with Murray, and Kovanoff replace with McGing. And then what the hell do we do with our lines? We're not touching the second line. So I think we just scrap the fourth line here. Can Shaw play? Shaw can play the wing. So Shaw will go to the left. Nemestikov will come up. First off will go to the top line. Kisakov will go to the third. And our fourth line will be McKing, Foot, and Murray, I guess. Power play. Yeah, we're going to have to change the power play too. First off, we'll go to the Shaw and Nemestikov there. Let's make first off a sniper. Let's see if we can at least get him some goals. All right. Power, Anderson. Power and Samuelson on the second line. Anderson, Johnson on the third. Klingberg and Dahlin. Okay. We can't suffer any more injuries. We just can't. All right, game 4. So we look to take a 3-1 lead. We lose 6-4. You have to wonder if eventually oh, come on. He got hurt again. You have to wonder if eventually we're screwed. We're literally screwed. Who do we want to sign to a contract now to replace Evgeny Malkin? Matthew Copperwood? Sure. Replace with Copperwood. Malkin can go on the injury list. I want to show you guys this. I want to show you our injury list. Look at our injury list. I mean, come on. Shaw will go to the top line. His Foot will play as the third line winger, left wing. Yeah, I don't see how we take 2 more games against Edmonton with the injuries that we're currently suffering. But we will see. Game 5 at home. It's a 4. Wow. We pull it off. We win 4-3. Kubalik, it's safe to dress him. So we will get Copperwood out and replace him with Kubalik. Let's get him up there. Let's do that. Make sure he's on the power. I guess he can stay there. That's fine. Because I got Cousins on the main power play unit. And I think we're good. As we go to Edmonton for Game 6. Clefbaum, safe to dress there. So Hedman will come in for Johnson. This has been crazy with the injuries. Just absolutely nutso here. Clefbaum still day-to-day. All right, Game 6. Can we win our back-to-back Stanley Cup titles? Oh, we get absolutely demolished in Game 6 as we lose 6-2. We can get Clefbaum back, but why? We don't really have anywhere to play him. So we're going to take McGing out now. We'll put Kovanov back in. He's there. I don't think we have any injured players. Yeah, I mean, everyone's day-to-day. Literally everyone's day-to-day. But none of them are going to be back in time. So Game 7 is tomorrow. Let's delete all these messages. Oh, Root, I got to sign all of my scouts and everything. Don't want to forget to do that. We'll just re-sign everybody. Sign them all long-term. I wish there was a little bit more, and I think I've said this in other videos, I wish there was a little bit more in-depth stuff with coaching or with scouts. I like the fact that they focus on a particular territory, but I would like to even go further than that. And see scouts get better, and they might. Maybe somebody can tell me. Do coaches and scouts in this game get better than what they actually are? So if someone starts out at a 15 for identifying potential, can that improve, or are they? Because I always just re-sign my scouts until they retire. It's just the way I've always done it because I don't know of any reason not to. So, yeah, I don't know. Game 7. Clefbaum is ready, but he's still on the injured list. We'll just leave him there. And let's see how Game 7 goes. Do we want to watch it? I don't want to watch it. I just want to play. Let's see what happens in Game 7. Healthy player on the Clefbaum has to go to... That was anticlimactic. Let's go back to our roster. Send Johnson down. Now we will sim game... Oops. I move my thing around. We will sim Game 7. And it is a 6-0 loss. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Game 7 at home. Carter Savoy, Xavier Bourgeau made it 3-0 after one. Shea and Kamel would make it 5-0. Shea would score again in the third. Lankinen stops 36 out of 42, and we get trucked in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. So I was thinking, what do I do if I win back-to-back? Do we continue on with the Sabres, or do we try to take over a new organization? But with the number of injuries we suffered, I want to bring it back with this team, hopefully healthy. We bring back Eichel, we bring back Quinn, we bring back Olofsson. We get continued development from Luukkonen. We have Portillo in the minor leagues. Owen Power looks like he's going to be a monster next season. We continue to get some improvements from Nemestikov, who looks like he's going to be an absolute beast. We're going to be a great hockey team next year. So, guys, that's going to do it. Next up will be the year in review, which will probably also come out the same day as this, so I'll probably do this right afterwards. Do the season in review, have that come out on Thursday as well, and then next week's episode will be the off season. So I appreciate you watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts. We were absolutely decimated by injuries in the postseason, yet we still made it to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. Guys, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate your support. I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.